Ladies and gentlemen, what a fine, sunny, pleasant morning. I, on behalf of the principal of Lawrence College, Brigadier Retired Mujahid Alam, staff, and the students, welcome each one of you to this mega event of the college, the Art Extravaganza 2017. At the very outset, I invite Jibrail Khurram and Abdurrahim Guraya for the recitation and the translation of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم.
मैं अल्लाह की पनाह मांगता हूँ शैतान मरदूद से। शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो बड़ा मेहरबान और नहायत रहम वाला है। और याद करो जब तुम्हारे रब ने फरिश्तों से फरमाया मैं ज़मीन पर अपना नाइब बनाने वाला हूँ। बोले क्या ऐसे को नाइब करेगा जो इसमें फ़साद फैलाए और खूनरेज़ियाँ करे। और हम तुझे सराहते हुए तेरी तस्बीह करते और तेरी पाकी बोलते हैं। फरमाया मुझे मालूम है जो तुम नहीं जानते। और अल्लाह ताला ने आदम को तमाम अशिया के नाम सिखाए। फिर सब अशिया मलाइका पर पेश करके फरमाया सच्चे हो तो इनके नाम बताओ। बोले पाकी है तुझे, हमें कुछ इल्म नहीं मगर जितना तूने हमें सिखाया, बेशक तू ही इल्म और हिकमत वाला है।
सदक़ल्लाहुल अज़ीम।
Jazakallah. Now, Muhammad Shirar Hussain will come on the stage for the welcome speech.
Thank you, Rahab. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, initiated by Lawrence College, Collage Murree in 2016 for the very first time in the history of 156 years of excellence, Art Extravaganza 2017 is an effort to create a legacy in the portfolio of the events of the renowned institution, furnishing a framework for children around Murree and Islamabad suburbs to stimulate their creativity and imagination in the umbra of planet Earth as its curators. To amply employ a cliché, we've seen every event by Lawrence College to go from a hatchling to a swan, and indeed aspire, adding this event's name in the list and their credits to the patron and the chief of extravaganza, Principal of Lawrence College, Collage Murree, Brigadier Retired Mujahid Alam. It won't be erroneous to baptize his name for initiating this venture by creating a new wave in popular culture that does not borrow from external influences but builds on our own social identity through the exploration of our homegrown and inherited art forms. Art extravaganza might be cosmic, shambling behemoths, and may for never-ending strenuous day, but how fast time flies when staggering arts are the order of the day. Following are the categories included in the extravaganza as a whole promoting culture and Earth as a core purpose of the event. Poster making and khatati competition, solo singing competition, essay writing competition, robotics competition, dance for peace competition, Urdu mushaira, and bilingual declamation. To express how you feel about prevailing peace conditions and think how we can contribute to in making Earth a better place to live and how it can be reversed in the most creative modus operandi. Ladies and gentlemen, where Earth Day observance includes planting of trees or trash to model activities. The genre of activities included in the extravaganza promotes the sense of responsibilities towards the planet, generating a seed of idea in the young aspiring children through the medium of art. Not a public holiday, this unique occasion sees no cease in civil activities, providing all the participants to interact constructively with each other and get engaged in meaningful art activities as a part of their entertainment. We've had arts as a core portion of events, as our program management believes developmental benefits of art, which includes development of motor skills, language development, decision making, visual learning, inventiveness, cultural awareness, and improved academic performance. It is with a great gratitude to announce the names on board with us for the competition purposes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem before we can proceed to the specific event you registered for this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the English Declamation Contest is the first on the list of events, so I hand over the stage to Faz Fareed and Rahab Shahid Malik for further announcements.
Thank you, Gerard. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and ever merciful, ladies and gentlemen, I, Faz Fareed and Rahab Shahid Malik, will be presiding the English Declamation Contest. Before I open the house, I would like to announce rules and regulations of the contest. Number 1, one student will represent each school. Number 2, the minimum time limit is 3 minutes and maximum 4 minutes. After 3 minutes, there will be warning bell, and the final bell will be rung after 4 minutes, with which a speaker will have to end his speech. Number 3, paper reading is not allowed. Number 4, speakers are not allowed to use any objectionable language against any college, important personage, political party, religious sect, or armed forces. Number 5, the speakers will be assessed by a panel of 3 judges, and number 6, the decision of the judges will be final. The honorable judges for the English Declamations Contest are Mr. Tariq Habib, Mrs. Faiza Hayat, and Mrs. Ghazala Amir. Now, first of all, I invite Muhammad Ramesh to deliver his speech on the topic Peace, a Dream of Humanity. He is representing Lawrence College, Ghoda Gali, Murree.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious and ever merciful. We can be of many nations, but earth is our land. We can be of many races, but we are just one clan. Honorable Chief Guest, worthy guests, teachers, and my very dear friends, Assalamu alaikum. Peace, a dream of humanity, is true for sure. The philosophy of peace is preached in all the religions of the world, and the way Holy Quran has portrayed this teaching is par excellence. As the Holy Book says, the murder of any one human being is the murder of whole humanity. Mr. President, I do not mean to say that there cannot be conflict of ideologies, political system, and territorial jurisdictions among the nation or within the nation, because, as Marx Lucas said, and I quote, conflict is inevitable, but combat is optional. Dalai Lama, the Buddhist monk from Tibet, while accepting his Nobel Prize on Peace, stated, and I quote, no matter what part of the world we came from, we are all the same human being. We all seek happiness and try to avoid suffering. Mr. President, if a simple Buddhist monk can understand this philosophy so well, then why has the so-called intelligentsia of this nuclear world has failed to appreciate the dire need of peace? Sir, my common sense appeals me to what John F. Kennedy said, and I quote, mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. Mr. President, gone are the days when knighthood was worshipped, when savages were honored, when pyramids of human heads were erected, when streams of blood were shed, and when innocence, nobility, and peace-loving were despised and discouraged. But now, dear sir, such deed of brutality and the act of violence are considered no more a holiday excursion. Now are the days when we have to realize the merciless scorn and hatred that has been the keynote for the aggressor. Sir, I conclude my speech with this hope, that of this hope we survive. The day will certainly arrive. The day of love, respect, and belief that this is the only way to thrive. Thank you.
Now is the turn of Ahmed Hassan, and he is from Army Public School, Clifton Camp, Murree, and will dilate upon Peace, a Dream of Humanity.
Assalamu alaikum. Holy Quran says, and I quote, humanity is but a single brotherhood, so make peace with your brethren. Peace is an occurrence of harmony, characterized by the lack of violence, conflict behaviors, and freedom from fear of violence. All religions, arts, and sciences are the branches of the same tree. All these aspirations are directed towards the honoring man's life, lifting it from the sphere of mere physical existence and leading the individual towards freedom. They seek to fulfill this great task by spreading moral and cultural understanding. All religions, arts, and sciences are the branches of the same tree. All these aspirations are directed towards the honoring man's. There is no trust more sacred than the one the world holds with children. There is no duty more important than ensuring that their rights are respected, that their welfare is protected, and that their lives are free from fear. Until at last, all the corners of the world are covered with that peace and love for which, consciously or unconsciously, the whole world is dreaming. Martin Luther King stated, and I quote, humanity is but. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, unquote. We know more about war than we know about peace, more about killing than we know about living. If we continue to develop our technology without wisdom or prudence, our servant may prove to be our executioner. Buddha said, and I quote, better than 1,000 hollow verses is one verse that brings peace. Better than 100 hollow lines is one line that bringing peace, unquote. The true knowledge is achieved when things are investigated. When the true knowledge is achieved, then the will becomes sincere. When the will is sincere, then the heart is set right, or then the mind sees right. When the heart is set right, then the personal life is cultivated. When the personal life is cultivated, then family life is regulated. When the family life is regulated, then the national life is orderly. When the national life is orderly, then there is peace in this world. Mr. President and respected judges, we must not forget the world renowned the Nobel Prize winner legends like Mr. Nelson Mandela, who became a global symbol of goodwill and became after rising voice for peace in South Africa, and Billy Williams, who founded an organization dedicated to promoting a peace resolution. Our work for peace must begin within the private world of each one of us to build for men a world without fear. We must be without fear to build a world without justice. How can we fight for liberty if we are not free in our own minds? How can we ask others to sacrifice if we are not ready to do so? Only through true surrender to the interest of all can we reach the strength and independence, that unity of purpose, that equity of judgment which are necessary to build in time a world of peace.
The example of our holy prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in front of us, who conquered Makkah without any bloodshed and established a long-lasting peace by forgiving others. To my mind, that's the right way of dreaming a prudent peace for humanity. And this is the right time to turn this dream into reality. Thanks.
Well tried. Now is the turn of Army Public School. Kuldana Murree and Ibrahim Azad will share his views on peace, a dream of humanity.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable President, respectable guests, and my dear fellows, Assalamu alaikum. Today, I have been granted an opportunity to talk about the dream of every civilized person, peace, a dream of humanity. Mankind has been endeavoring for peace since the inception of this world. However, this dream still has to be accomplished. I have no idea if world's peace is attainable, but we all are desiring for it. Just have a look at the burning world. Oh, it really hurts. Here, I remember the quote of Mother Teresa. She said, "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other." Now have a look at the crying face of the world. There have been over 250 major conflicts in the world since World War II, in which 23 million people have been killed, tens of millions made homeless, and countless millions injured and bereaved. 3 times more people have been killed in the wars of the last 90 years than in all the previous 500 years. There are 35 major conflicts going on in the world today. Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding." Pakistan is also suffering from this evil. Its disputes with neighboring India and Afghanistan periodically erupt in violence. Domestic attacks involving terrorist and insurgent groups have killed tens of thousands of Pakistanis over a decade. The inability of state institutions to reliably provide peaceful ways to resolve competing interests has encouraged groups to see violence as a legitimate alternative. Mr. President, I believe that media also plays an important role to promote peace, but it is being used as means to spread intolerance, violence, and even war. One could cite over the history of printing press in contributing to a 30 years war, the telegraph in stimulating the Franco-Prussian War, the American entry into World War I, and Hitler's masterful use of the radio to create support for his invasions. Can we dream of peace in these circumstances? Quran says in Surah 2, verse 208, "O you who believe, enter absolutely into peace." Qaid-e-Azam also emphasized the importance of peace and said, "Our object should be peace within and peace without. We want to live peacefully and maintain cordial, friendly relations with our immediate neighbors." Peace brings refinement and sophistication in society, and consequently, people adopt a comfortable life. They become elegant and classy, and the lifestyle becomes luxurious. Economic growth also seems evident in daily life practices. Peace leads to higher profit, higher employment, and can therefore provide a boost to economic growth and domestic demand. My friends, we should not lose hope, because we are Muslims, and a true Muslim never loses hope. Inshallah, you will see the dream of peace will come true. Here, I remember the quote of Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams." We can start the campaign of peace from our individual behaviors. We should be tolerant for each other. We should forgive each other. We should give space to others' beliefs. There should be openness to experiences and religious tolerance. We should have respect for humanity. Then we will be able to bring and spread peace. So in fact, my friends, we all can contribute to make this world peaceful. Mr. President, I would conclude my speech on Martin Luther's quote, who said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Thank you very much.
Well done, Ibrahim Azad. Now, I invite Abdul Mohez. He is from Beacon House Kindergarten Campus, Abbottabad, and he will throw light on Peace, a Dream of Humanity.
Peace, a dream of humanity. Today, I feel like saluting the audience for hearing my voice. I wish I could be heard all around the world, touch every heart, and wet every eye while expressing my views about changing the world by spreading the message of peace and harmony. Ever since the existence of planet Earth, peace has been the major goal to prevail for the betterment of the entire humanity. Peace the only way, which is the way of God Almighty, the way introduced and inspired by the prophets. I learned from his hand how to achieve victory while being oppressed. Gandhi. Imagine life on earth without peace and harmony, darkness, destruction, hopelessness, and above all, lifelessness. Peace has always depicted the protection of life on earth according to the philosophy of Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and Hinduism. The history itself realistically demonstrates the destructive consequences of the actions like wars and violence, which never brought about the satisfactory result and has always portrayed the most devastating pictures of bloodshed and chaos all around the world. Civilization can only be molded into grace, elegance, and prosperous status through implementation of peace and harmony. Today, I have been given the opportunity to share my views about how the world has been shattered and humanity murdered by the terrorism. Since so many years, the deadliest of all diseases, terrorism, has been strongly affecting the entire humanity and slowly bringing the world to an end. Every day we wake up carrying the uncertainty of our lives and a burden on chests. Violence has always been the thought of illiterates and not at all the literates. The only way to fight against the violence is to educating ourselves and trying our best to educate the ones who intend to instigate the violence to achieve their goals. They are living in illusions for sure. Violence will bring their very lives to an end without resolving anything. Let's be united and stand in the favor of peace and harmony, to brighten our future, to ease our pains. Let's lighten a lamp of hope, spirituality, to follow the path of God, the path that guides us to the road of peace and harmony. Let's show the world how our lives can change forever by cultivating a thought of peace and harmony. Let's plant a tree to save the environment, spirituality, and the entire humanity. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only love can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. Let the peace and harmony help us to get out of the depths of darkness and step into the light of knowledge. Let's change the world together, as it is said. Life does not get better by a chance, it gets better by a change. Thank you.
Well done, Abdul Mohiz. Now, I invite Maheen Haider from Prohibited International Schools, Peshawar Road, Rawalpindi. She will speak on topic peace.
Victor Hugo once said, "Peace is the virtue of a civilization." Honorable adjudicators, respected teachers, and my dear fellow worthy opponents, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. I am Maheen Haider, and today I have the great opportunity of representing my school, Frabelt International Rawalpindi campus. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic for my debate is Peace, a Dream of Humanity. My fellows, I would like to start by asking you a question. Do you know do you know the phrase that is most changed into different languages, that most translated into different languages? Well, my friends, it is I love you. Yes, love, this four-lettered word that explains who we are before they forced us into believing who they wanted us to be. Our government has blinded us with lies, or two-faced government. They need to realize that there's 40% violence and gun shooting, due to which there are deaths in each and every country. We are led astray, and it is the duty of our government to reach out and grasp our hands to lead us to the right direction. But my fellows, I am extremely very ashamed to say that is not true. Our government does not care. They do not care about our betterment, and they do not care about our safety. All they care about is themselves. I have one question, and only one question. How long? How long will we wait for another leader to come and save us? How long will we believe that the next leader will be better than the previous one? And how long will we keep our eyes shut and not wake up and realize that our presidents don't care about humans, they care about votes? A wise man once said, when you can't change the situation, you are challenged to change yourself. I truly believe that each individual of this society has the potential to bring peace to this world. Because even a tiny stone thrown in a pond can create tremendous ripples. And today, we need more ripples than ever before. We need to wake up from the dream that someone else will come and save us. We need to save ourselves. I am very sorry to say that you, my friends, have been fooled, tricked, hoodwinked, led astray by the government that proves that they support unity, while they actually truthfully believe in division. While their smiles say peace, their eyes scream war. How long will it take for us to realize that the answer to our problems is not outside us, nor within us, but it is and will always be us? My fellows, I feel great sorrow to say that the only way for this generation to survive this nation is to stop violation. Now, I know we have great world peacekeeping organizations, but I'm sad to say that I see none of them performing their job. What about the Orlando club shooting, the APS attack, the coup in Turkey? I see no one performing their jobs. Let us work together and show love in diversity. My friend, what talent, what skill do you have to bring out for the betterment of this universe? Uni meaning one, verse meaning song. You have a part to play in this song, so be brave and grab that microphone. Sing your heart out on the stage of life, because you cannot go back and make a new beginning, but you can start now and make a better ending. In the end, I would like to say, let us find peace and make a masterpiece. Thank you.
Now is the turn of Kid City High School, Model School, Hummock, Islamabad, and Sirat Fatima will share her views on the topic, Peace Begins with a Smile.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Peace begins with a smile. Through smile, you can make any stranger your very own in a while. It is infectious too. If one gives smile to others, he compels others to smile too. The more we smile, the more we feel good and light, and in turns we feel more peaceful. Let us all smile, as peace begins with a smile. Worthy chief guests, yes, a smile opens up doors. People who smile make a difference. Smile and the world will smile back. So simple to do, just smile. Is it true that love and compassion comes rushing to one person once they smile? Not necessarily. However, one can reduce the level of hatred he has towards the other person by smiling. Smiling is contagious. Once you start smiling at a person, that results in the other person smiling back at you. When there is love and compassion, there is no room for hatred. Today, countries fight with each other for power and resources. However,
However, they don't work on internal problems that are affecting the citizens of the country. Instead of promoting hatred for other countries, a nation should provide food and shelter to its citizens and eradicate poverty. Our world would be a better and a happier place to be in. Smiling is powerful. Instead of using weapons, countries should have peaceful talks. They should show love and concern for other nations by smiling with hearts. Violence is no way to settle disagreements, and I think we can change communities with a smile. It just gives us the taste of peace. Let us all commence our journey of peace with a smile. No matter what is object to smile, peace is the mother of progress. Peace cannot be kept on by force. Peace can only be achieved by smiling. Smile can be a peace in our lives and all around us. Believe me, this simple sentence can make miracle if you take it seriously. Let's look at some examples how the act of smiling or not smiling makes an impact on you. Scenario 1. You walk into a doctor's office. The receptionist looks up, smiles at you and says welcome. Chances are that interaction will make you respected and validated. Scenario 2. You walk into a doctor's office. The receptionist doesn't lift her head up, doesn't smile, and speaks very shortly to you. Chances are here you will feel rejected or like an inconvenience. The way you are greeted affects your day. One person is spreading joy while other not so much. So use your smile to make others peaceful. Don't let others to change your smile. No war, no violence, on lots of silence. No war, no violence, on lots of silence. Peace is in the waves at sea. Peace is in the waves at sea. Peace must begin between you and me. Peace must begin between you and me. Why destroy when we could create? Why destroy when we could create? Keep the peace and erase the hate. Keep the peace and erase the hate. Keep smiling. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now, I would like to call Mustabshirat Yunus from Saint Denis. Her topic is Peace, a Dream of Humanity.
Honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends, good morning and assalamu alaikum. Today, the topic which I am going to discuss is Peace, a Dream of Humanity. Let me tell you what is peace. According to the words of Hafsat Abiwala, peace comes from being able to contribute the best that you have and all that you are towards creating a world that supports everyone. But it is also securing space for others to contribute the best that they have and all that they are. Let us look back into the history of peace. In the past, there were no human rights. The powerful used to kill the poor if they didn't obey them, whether it's right or seriously wrong. Nations built up huge empires on the basis of their power. The rulers wanted to rule the whole world alone. There were horrific wars. Many houses were destroyed. Many people were massacred. The poets who had spent their childhood in such circumstances had shown its reflection in their poetry. After long declamations, it was decided to establish an organization to stop the wars. It was called the United Nations. But still the same is happening with another face. Can't you see the people dying in Syria and Kashmir? We have been asking the United Nations to stop all these things. But have their conditions changed? Aren't liberal armies firing into population without any restriction? Why isn't someone stopping them? All the claims for peace have doomed down because all the people with power are oppressing other people. Even in small communities, a brother is killing his own brother for the sake of money. A mother is killing her children, and a friend is not a friend anymore. Even if we try to resolve it on small level, people will not understand us. And when there is a bomb blast, the same people will say, we want peace for them, they want peace for themselves, and they brutal other people for their own sake. Then how can we expect peace for our society? Humanity's true love is peace. And when its true love is dying, then how can humanity survive? Humanity is dying day by day on its dream, which is peace. At the end, I just want to say that whenever we say in a public talk that peace will come from mutual understanding and working with enemies, etc., I don't think it works so far because there are many violent people out there seeking their interest and destroying peace. As a child from Syria said, I was one of those children forced into fighting in my country, Syria, a war that claimed the lives of my mother, father, and 2 brothers. I know too well the emotional, psychological, and physical burden that comes with being exposed to violence as a child at any age that matters. Thank you.
Now, I invite Yusabiha Pasha. She is representing Silver Oak School and College Civil Lines Rawalpindi, and her topic of speech is Peace Begins with a Smile.
Take the time to laugh, it is the music of the soul. Take the time to love, it is truly enlightening. Take the time to smile, it is contagious. A very warm welcome to all the jury and a very good morning to my fellow friends and respected teachers. A minute ago, I sat there, arms crossed, thinking to myself what I'd say, for this is truly an immense topic and has got me thinking, oh my gosh, is the power of a smile that effective? Decades ago and for years to come, the world has fought so many wars on the basis of all sorts of issues, yet all eliminated by one. Too often, we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all which have the potential to turn a life around. Every day of every week, belonging to every month of every year, a new life is born. It cries when sees the dangers of the world, yet holds back its tears to crack a smile, eliminating all the danger, all the hurt. From the sky to the shore, from the lilies to its core, from the wound to its sore, from a promise to what she swore, from a cub to his father's roar, there has been no other path to peace than the smile itself. Just imagine a world where everyone would smile at each other, then no need to soak up the heaven, the world itself will be a heaven. Smile, a little word to say, but an expression that expresses a lot. A grin, a beam, the exposure of the front teeth, a layer that is good enough to disappear. My grandmother once told me a story. It's a tinsy-wincy example that you're all aware of, but it has really got me going. She said there was once a tribe that was fallen, hurt, no peace, no love, hatred, surrender towards the wrong. But then he who is the most merciful sent a light, a spark, who never laughed but smiled, who never expressed but loved, who stood honest yet accused. He never laughed, but he changed the world through his smile, a revolution. I am smiling today. I was smiling yesterday, and I will smile tomorrow simply because the world is too short to cry for anything. A man back from war lost everything. He lost his family. He was hurt, injured, bleeding, yet he was welcomed, open-armed by his fellow friends. His inner peace awakened. He smiled not because he was happy, but because he felt stronger. War has shattered the world. Peace has sprung it to life. It's curious how these things happen so quickly. When someone passes you a friendly sign and you look out of the window and a new flower blooms. When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, my dear friends, when life gives you 100 reasons to cry, give it 1,000 reasons to smile. My dear jury, every day we kill too many people without realizing because we think it requires weapons. Aren't our eyes bullets? Isn't our mouth a gun? Isn't it enough to kill someone? As Muslims, we must not hurt the other. Mother Teresa has left a beautiful saying. I agree with it. The world agree with it. So let us act upon it. Each and every one of you, especially you, your smile is sculpted by the sculptor. So use it to push away the darkness. They don't see they're perfect. They don't understand they're worth it. But oh, how so they are. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Yusabiha Pasha, and now I call upon Samawa Mahmood, and the topic of speech is Peace, a Dream of Humanity, and she is from the Educators Campus Murree.
Since the day of my birth, I have hoped for peace on earth. You can help by doing your part. We know you can, you are smart. Honorable Principal Sir,
respectable members of the jury, worthy teachers, and my very dear fellows, good morning. Today, the topic I have chosen to speak about is peace, a dream of humanity. This topic has a fathomless depth and thousands of years of history trailing behind it. However, as I am here, I will share my views and my heartfelt feelings with the audience. What is humanity? What is peace? Peace is the result of restraining our minds to process life as it is, rather than as we think it should be. So, the foundation stone of the global unrest is as it is and as it should be, honestly speaking. The scientists have done miracles. They now know well about the deeper space. They have measured the deepest space in the oceans. But our social scientists have miserably failed to turn the dream of global peace into a reality. In past, there were kings, there were monarchs, there were czars, and there were dynasties, and undoubtedly there were autocratics. But since the advent of Rousseau and Voltaire, almost everywhere in the world, the democracy prevails then. Why? Why this global unrest? I am a small child. I don't know much about democracy and autocratic rule. Even I don't know much about peace because I haven't seen it yet. When I was exploring history with an utter curiosity, it was revealed to me that an international organization which was founded to bring and maintain peace in the world, I mean League of Nations, failed and had to be disbanded in 1946. Respectable audience, another organization with almost same responsibilities and portfolio, which was founded after the Second World War, but it also proved to be not more than an old wine in new bottle. So, I must quote, and I quote, there are no kings, no monarchs, no czars, and no dynasties. But now, there are Democrats, there are Republicans, there are liberals, and there are independents. But humanity is still haunted by that nightmare called peace. Though the stage, venue, actors, and eras have changed, but the characters, directors, scriptwriters, and script remain the same. This has established this fact that peace for humanity can only be achieved with a global perspective. If we really want a peace for humanity, we will have to think and act beyond our race, our tribe, our creed, our color, our class, and our nation. Einstein, the wizard of science, who is generally known due to his scientific achievements and research, and a very few people know that he also wrote something beyond E is equal to mc square. Einstein about the world peace says, and I quote, peace can't be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. As I have to abide by the rule of time barrier, I bring an end to my today's oration with these some verses. People must learn to get along. Don't blame others for being wrong. Then wars and conflicts will totally cease. In our world there shall be peace. Thanks.